In previous class, we had discussed about biofuels. Okay. Next section in module 4 is geothermal energy. Is it audible and visible?
It's audible and visible.
Okay. Next section is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy, a renewable energy source for electricity generation. Geothermal energy is used to produce electricity. Clear? The word geothermal comes from the Greek word geo. Geo means earth and therm means heat. Therefore, geothermal means heat energy from earth. Heat energy derived from earth is called geothermal energy. Okay. Geothermal energy is the heat energy that comes from the earth. Geothermal energy is the heat from the earth. It soars like 6,500 km beneath the earth's surface core containing hot magma. It is like what heat energy comes from rocks and fluid under earth crust. The crust, not only crust, magma also. Heat energy that comes from rocks and fluids comes from earth crust and magma. This heat energy is called geothermal energy. Okay. How can we capture this energy? How can we capture this energy, geothermal energy? This can be captured through the device like geothermal power plants. Okay, using generators, this heat energy is converted into electricity. Then introduction. It's simply the heat energy of the earth generated by various natural processes such as heat from when the planet formed and accreted, which has not yet been lost, decay of radioactive elements, etc. Friction, etc. Okay, heat energy developed due to rocks in Earth's crust and magma. This natural phenomenon helps to get electricity. Geothermal energy is the thermal energy generated and stored in the earth. Thermal energy is the energy that determines the temperature of the matter. The geothermal energy of the earth's crust originates from the original formation of planet and from radioactive decay of materials. Okay. Then geothermal energy is the heat generated from Earth's core. Next, it is the heat energy stored in the earth generated by natural sources. Natural sources or natural phenomenon like, what are the natural phenomena that helps to create geothermal energy? Arpit. Arpit? What are the natural phenomena which helps to get geothermal energy?
Natural volcanic eruption.
Yeah, very good. Volcanoes, then?
പ്ലേറ്റ്സ് ഇല്ലേ നമ്മളെ എർത്തിന്റെ പ്ലേറ്റ് അതിന്റെ ഷിഫ്റ്റിങ്ങിനെ കൊണ്ടുണ്ടാകുന്ന earthquakes ഒക്കെ.
Also then lava.
Cyclones.
Cyclones, lava, hot springs.
Yes.
Then geyser. Geyser is the hot water region. Geyser. Did you heard about geysers?
Yes.
Yes. Geyser is the hot water region. Okay. High temperature hot water region is called geysers. And magma. Also, you heard about magma. Magma exists in mantle. That is lower crust part. Magma exists in mantle or lower crust part. It sometimes bubbles to the earth's surface, and it is generated as lava. Okay, magma heats due to nearby rocks. It's the presence of rocks. The reasons for magma creating is the presence of rocks. Okay, Then their byproduct appear, that may be hot water. This hot water region is called geysers. Okay. From geysers, lava, hot springs, etc., natural phenomena like geysers, lava, hot springs, volcanoes, etc., we can get geothermal energy. Okay. From the residual heat left over the Earth's formation, the rest of the energy comes from meteorite impacts. Then geothermal energy and the environment. Geothermal energy does little damage to the environment with very less CO2 emission. Transportation of fuel is not required as they are located on top of the fuel. Geothermal has minimal land requirements. Geothermal plants use 404 square meters per gigawatt per hour. They use 20 liters of fresh water per megawatt per hour versus over 1000 liters per megawatt per hour for nuclear coal power plants. It is one of the most eco-friendly technology. Geothermal energy production is the most eco-friendly technology. Then history of geothermal energy. The use of geothermal energy for heating purpose is not new. Ancient people used it for heating and bathing through hot springs. Hot springs. Hot springs means hot springs. Hot springs means the hot water region. Okay. Ancient people used it for heating and bathing through hot springs. Using geothermal energy to produce electricity is a new industry. A group of Italians first used it in 1904. The Italians used the natural steam erupting from the earth to power a turbine generator. Then energy consumption. Geothermal energy consumption is 0.2%. Okay. Please note that geothermal energy consumption is 0.2%. Then geothermal reservoirs. Reservoirs can be suspected in the areas where we find geyser, boiling mud pond, volcano, hot springs. These are the geothermal reservoirs. That is, geothermal energy can be stored in geyser, boiling mud pond, volcanoes, and hot springs. We can get geothermal energy from geyser, boiling mud pond, volcano, and hot springs. The rising hot water and steam is trapped into permeable and porous rocks to form geothermal reservoir. Reservoirs can be discovered by testing the soil, analyzing the underground temperature. These are the conditions to set up reservoirs, geothermal reservoirs. That is, a reservoir can be discovered by testing the soil and analyzing the underground temperature. Then extraction and use. The heat energy that can be brought to Earth's surface by following ways. First one, directly from hot springs. Second one, geothermal heat pump. That's heat energy can be extracted directly from hot springs and it can be extracted using geothermal heat pump. There are two techniques to get geothermal extraction. That is, first one can be extracted directly from hot springs, then from geothermal heat pump using geothermal heat pump. Then uses are broadly classified as direct use and indirect use. Uses of geothermal energy can be classified as direct use and indirect use. First one, direct use. Direct use means geothermal heating and heat pumps. We are getting geothermal energy directly by using heating pump. Okay. Then indirect use means geothermal energy can be converted to electricity. It is the indirect use, that is electricity production. Direct use, that means heat is directly used. Heat is extracted from low temperature source less than 150 degrees Celsius. It can be used for space heating, industrial processes, drying crops, hot water supply, melting snow. Geothermal energy can be used directly for industrial processes. It helps to drying crops, hot water supply, and helps to melting of snow. Then for space heating, it helps for space heating. Then heat pump is used. And it uses little energy for heating. This saves money and reduce pollution. It uses little energy for heating, then saves too much money and reduce pollution. It is an advantage of geothermal energy also. Then direct use of geothermal energy are again hot springs used as spas, heating water at fish farms, provide heat for building, raising plants in greenhouse, drying crops, provides heat to industrial process. Then indirect use. Indirect use means electricity production. Source temperature is higher than 150 degrees Celsius. Deep wells are drilled and steam from reservoirs is used to drive turbines and produce electricity. Using geothermal turbines, we get electricity. Deep wells are drilled and steam from reservoirs used to drive turbines and produce electricity. Here, steam can be applied to turbine to drive and then produce using generator produce electricity. In finding geothermal energy, some visible features of geothermal energy are volcanoes, hot springs, geysers, and fumaroles. Some visible features of geothermal energy are natural phenomena like volcanoes, hot springs, geysers, and fumaroles. But we cannot see most of the resources as they are deep underground. Exploration is done by digging well and testing temperature deep underground. Most active resources are found along edges of tectonic plates. We can find geothermal energy in volcanoes, hot springs, geysers, and fumaroles. Okay, these resources are deep underground. Then here is a pictorial representation of geothermal power plant. That from hot water, steam can be applied to turbine, and using generator connected in turbine, electricity may produce. Okay. Then types of power plants. There are 4 types of power plants. This one, flash steam plant, then dry steam plant, binary power plant, hybrid power plant. The picture is a representation of flashed steam plant. That is, hot water at high pressure when released from deep reservoir forms high pressure steam. This steam drives turbines. This is most common type of plant operating today. That is, most commercial plant is flash steam plant. Okay. Steam can be applied to turbine, and using generator, this energy can be generated as electricity. Hot water at high pressure when released from deep reservoirs forms high pressure stream. The stream drives turbines. This is the most common type of plant operating today. This is the inner components of flash steam power plant. Then commonly used geothermal power plant is flash steam power plant. Geothermal reservoirs contain both hot water and steam is required. Pressure changing system is required. Operating at Hawaii, Nevada, Utah, and some other places. Then second one, dry steam plant. Second type of geothermal power plant is dry steam power plant. Usually geysers are the main sources of dry steam. Geysers means hot water region. Okay, here hot water is used. Hot water is using in dry steam power plant. Reservoirs which produce steam with small quantity of water use this type of plant. A rock catcher is used to protect turbine from rocks coming along with steam. Hot water is immediately recycled back into the reservoir. The working fluid is also condensed back to the liquid and used over and over again. This is the working of dry steam power plant. That is, a rock catcher is used to protect turbine from the rocks coming along with steam. This hot water is immediately recycled back into the reservoir, and the working fluid is also condensed back to back liquid and used over and over again. The chain process occur. This is the inner component of dry steam power plant. The oldest type of geothermal power plant is dry steam power plant. Geothermal reservoir containing pure steam is required. Pure dry steam drives turbine. Very rare type of geothermal power plant is dry steam power plant operating at California, Italy and Japan. Dry steam power plant require pure dry steam drive which helps to drive turbine. It requires pure dry steam. Okay, which is the very rare type of geothermal power plant. It is operating in California, Italy and Japan. Next one, binary power plant. In this, the geothermal water is passed through a heat exchanger where its heat is transferred to a secondary liquid. Liquids having lower boiling point are used as secondary liquid such as isobutane, isopentane or ammonia water mixture. The vapor of secondary liquid are used to rotate turbines. The binary system is useful in geothermal reservoirs which are relatively low in temperature. Heat loss is minimum as system is completely closed. In binary power plant, the geothermal waters pass through a heat exchanger when its heat is transferred to a secondary liquid. Liquids having, please note it, liquid having lower boiling point are used as secondary liquid, such as isobutane, isopentane, or ammonia. This vapor of secondary liquid are used to rotate turbines. This isobutane, isopentane, and ammonia are helped to rotate the turbines. Binary power plant turbines. Here the inner components of binary cycle power plants. Then advantages are it does not use steam directly to spin turbines. Only the heat of the underground water is used. Heat energy from underground water is used in binary cycle power plant. Vaporized hydrocarbons are used to spin the turbines. Hydrocarbons having lower boiling points such as isopentane, isobutane and propane can be used. Propane, also ammonia can be used. No harmful gases emitted to the atmosphere because the underground water is never disclosed to outside. This is the worldwide accepted power plant. Binary cycle power plant is the worldwide accepted power plant. Here, hydrocarbons having lower boiling points such as isopentane, isobutane, propane, and ammonia can be used. The only heat of the underground water is used. These are the specifications. Then last one, hybrid power plant. It uses both boiling water as well as steam. Here, boiling water as well as steam is used. Steam is directly used as used in flashed steam plant. While energy of hot water is used to secondary liquid as used in binary system. Then what are the four geothermal power plants? So have steam plant, dry steam, binary and hybrid. The worldwide accepted power plant is binary power plant. Last one, hybrid power plant. Then geothermal energy in world. 10,715 megawatt of geothermal power in the 24 countries is online. The United States led the world in geothermal electricity production with 3,086 megawatts of installed capacity from 77 power plants. The Philippines is second highest producer of geothermal power in the world. The first producer is United States and Philippines is the second highest producer of geothermal power in the world. Then, in the case of India, geothermal provinces are estimated to produce 10,600 megawatt of power. Geothermal provinces India: the Himalaya, Sahana, West Coast, Campe, San Narmada, Tapati, Godavari, and Mahanadi. First operational commercial geothermal power plant is likely to come in Arunachal Pradesh with capacity of 25 megawatt by Geo Syndicate Private Limited. First operational commercial geothermal power plant is situated in Arunachal Pradesh with capacity of 25 megawatt by Geo Syndicate Private Limited. Okay, geothermal provinces are estimated in India produce 10,600 megawatt of power per year. Then advantages of geothermal energy. Geothermal energy does not produce any pollution and does not contribute to the greenhouse effect. Okay, low emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide is occur. Therefore, this is the most advanced advantage of geothermal energy production. The power stations are compact, so there is not much impact on the environment. No fuel is needed. Once you have built a geothermal power station, the energy is almost free. It may need a little energy to run a pump, but this can be taken from the energy being generated. Some more advantages are available all the year around, does not involve any combustion of fuel, independent of weather, clean resource, very little emission or overall environmental impact, economically sound alternative. The fuel free rate per kilowatt per hour likely to be competitive. Overall geothermal energy is sustainable resource. Advantages of geothermal energy are it is less polluted and greenhouse gas emission is very low. No fuel is needed. Once you have built a geothermal power station, the energy is almost free. Okay, overall geothermal energy is sustainable resource. Then disadvantages are it's not widespread source of energy. High installation cost, can run out of steam, may release harmful gases, transportation, earthquakes. Then conclusion, geothermal heating system can replace fossil fuels heating system in a particular area. Annual cost for common heating purpose can be reduced by more than 60%. Continued energy shortages have created added interest in geothermal energy for power generation. Potential exists to provide all energy requirements in the US. Geothermal energy appears to be a partial solution to our energy needs. Okay.